Good evening, good evening, good evening. Give me my applause. What's up, what's up, what's up? I am Mo 3 times. You're watching the YouTube channel Talking, Shake It, and Clicks. And this is a special, I would like to call these alert shows of the We episodes live. Damn it. Yo, and what I'm talking about right now, this is what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about right now is you see the show. Don't play with me. Don't play in my face. My face ain't to be played with this evening. It ain't to be played with this evening. Tonight we're talking about two halftimes, guys. That's what we're doing. That is what we're doing. There has been a lot of yakking about these two. I laugh and I shouldn't laugh. I should be explaining my laughter, but these two entertainers, right? One on the rise, and one on the stomach dropping part of the roller coaster. You know what I mean? Yeah. And this is what I don't want to do, though. This is what I want to do. We're going to definitely talk about the halftimes. I want to get into it and talk about the Super Bowl. I think I'm going to give Love a call and see if she's there real quick and get her talking with me as well. Hola, Benito Boy. Honestly, you know what I'm saying? I got my Birds hat on. I know by far we had like the best, personnel team-wise, but team-wise, we weren't just where it was. But, we could have mopped both of these teams. This was crazy Super Bowl to watch. This is what happens when you try to pass the torch to these guys and give them the flags and the opportunities and give them the script to go out there and make the big plays, and the shit is too bright for them and they can't make those big plays. And then for the guy that did the guy that was rewarded for those missed big plays went to a Super Bowl, had to make big plays and couldn't make big plays. I don't think the Patriots had to win, but I think Drake May had to play a shitload better than how he played yesterday. And I know. Those lights get bright. This is a Super Bowl. He's a kid. I think he's like the youngest to ever play in the Super Bowl, so big ups to him. Big ups to the Patriots for making it there. Seahawks, great game. Kenny Walker did his thing. I'm glad he got us some shine. I am so glad Kenny Walker got his shine and they ain't try to do the old take his MVP away from him, because he did that damn thing. The kicker did his job. Kicked I guess over 4 field goals, because they said there was like a multiple tie for 4 field goals in the Super Bowl, but somehow I think they broke a tie yesterday. I don't know. You want to know why? Because the game to me was just like blurb. And I don't mind defensive battles and everything like that, but damn, bro, like the offenses were so just deficient. It was just terrible to watch. It was insanely terrible to watch. But I remind myself, I necessarily wasn't there to see those teams play. I was there for Benito. I wasn't there for the game. I was what some may call a halftime hoe. A shouldn't call myself that because that's going to be all controversial. I was trying to be funny, so let me explain that right now. I was just trying to be funny, calling myself a halftime show hoe. Yeah. I was just trying to be funny, guys. Little self-deprecating there. But Love says he deserved the MVP, and you know what? She beat me in fantasy football this year, so who the hell am I to argue? But yeah, guys. I don't think this is just about the Super Bowl. It's about 2 Super Bowls we had this year. Now, just for a little history, back in the early 90s, I remember when I was a kid, and I was so happy to see this. The Super Bowl shows used to be lame, and I was a child, so football was even lamer to me at the time. And I played football, but watching football on TV as a kid is pretty lame. They didn't have the cool Nickelodeon slime shit and everything like that helps teach the kids the game and what's going on and everything like that. You just had to sit there and watch drab-ass football, and I'm not against it. Like, when I went to the 700 level as a kid, as an Eagles fan, like, those adults up there, they didn't stop smoking cigarettes and drinking beers and cursing because I was there as a kid. They were at their most raunchiest trying to show me how it was done. You know what I mean? And I think sometimes we need that. We need a little bit of that 80s, early 90s type of society where kids weren't the main focus of everything. You know, when the peanut allergies were just down here and they weren't on the rise with the lactose. But I say all of this because yes, it was a beautiful time, and I remember that the halftime show were lame, and I remember that Fox's In Living Color with Keenan Ivory Wayans, Damon Wayans, Jim Carrey, Tommy Davidson, David Allen Greer. I can't remember any of the ladies' names. Oh yeah. One of them was on. Kim Wayans was on there, and then I remember the other two. Whatever. I don't want to see. I start naming everything. I can't name somebody now. I feel like an effing jerk. All right. Anyway, they decided that, hey, we know that the Super Bowl halftime show is lame. We're going to do our own show. And then at the bottom, we're going to put a little timer at the bottom. So when it's time, halftime is over, we're done our show, you can go back and watch the game. That's what they did. I remember that. Now, I don't remember if Clear Pepsi was that year or the year after that, but Clear Pepsi had a role in the Super Bowl in one of my Super Bowls growing up as well. But I do remember this, and I remember watching one specific skit was the men on film, and they were dressed up as football players, but they did it real pizzazz like. Hold on. I remember, yeah. You guys might remember this. Remember this? I believe this was, if I'm wrong, let me know. If I'm wrong, let me know. But I do remember this skit right here. They did that skit, Men on Football, and I believe they did that for the halftime show. They're playing it right now. I am not going to go ahead and show that, right? Shout outs to the Winter Olympics, guys. I don't know if there's a chat right now. There's a poll in the chat, but just on a little sideline little thing, the medals are breaking at the Winter Olympics and blah blah blah. I didn't even know there was a Winter Olympics until I started scrolling. I totally forgot, and I knew Snoop was out there and I was watching, but I didn't know it was like going on right now at the moment. Anyway, I was trying to talk about like a pre-show that didn't go down. Anyway, their medals are breaking, and it made me ask a question that, given these dates and times, like, don't you think if you win a gold medal or silver medal or bronze medal, I don't know how much bronze is worth or whatever, but do you take it and get that shit like valued, like estimated on, appraised, if you will? Because I would. I want to make sure that I'm getting getting my chunk of gold, because I'm going to tell you what, that training costs a shitload of money, and those people aren't really necessarily, they're not professional athletes, so they got to work regular jobs, most of those people, or they come from very rich families that can let them pursue their dream. But most of them got to work at that extra job, you know? They got to carry those boxes and do that stuff. My hat looks crazy. Let me fix it. But on our show tonight, this is our show tonight. We're going to talk about Benito. We're going to talk about Kid Rock. It's what we must do. It's something that we must do. It's something, I don't understand why I don't have where's my chat? Where's my live chat, guys? Oh, there it is. Hey, guys. It's telling me to sign in. I don't even know the sign in thing. I don't know why it's telling me to sign in. I'm gonna go that way. Hold on. I got a regular chat though, don't I? Yeah, there's my regular chat. Beautiful. Look at children saying, hey, what's going on? What's up, Ramid? What's up, Mainline? What's going on? Did y'all watch that Super Bowl yesterday? So it's really defensive. Chris Collinsworth was doing this thing. I think Mike Tirico was in the booth. It was a easy-going game. No surprises that the Seahawks won. I believe I said in previous shows that I didn't see anybody in the AFC, any AFC team, beating any NFC team. I just didn't see it. I just did not see that happening. But I know a lot of teams that got out of those playoffs a little earlier than they thought they were are kicking themselves right now, minus Denver, who had probably the best shot with the Seahawks, honestly. I don't think it was going to be the Bills. Maybe the Ravens, if they can somehow get it together. I don't know right now. I just know that football is in flux. I know that a lot of people out there were hating on my bird, saying, oh, we don't want to see another Eagles Super Bowl. And this is what you got, guys. This is what you got. This is what you got. This is what you get when you don't want to see another Eagles Super Bowl. It's on you. It's on you. I still got my Eagles hat on right now. I don't give a flying, you know what I mean? I wear my every day. Go Birds. Mainline, believe me, you really ain't missed nothing. You missed a lot of field goals. You missed a lot of field goals. You missed a lot of punting. You missed a lot of ceremonious stuff. Like, oh, we got to put out this ball for the third quarter and smile and, oh my God, we got to make a wish. We got to make a wish. But if you did miss anything, it would be the halftime show that everybody's talking about. And it would, or you watch the other halftime show, the Turning Point USA show. Ladies and gentlemen, I think there was like I think obviously every year there's a Super Bowl, the viewers for the halftime show have grown. And Kendrick had a record last year of like over 133 million people tuning in. And Benito, excuse me, I don't want to say Benito, because then I sound like one of those old ratty sports journalists from... Anyway, Bad Bunny got about 135 million people glued to the TV watching it. And I thought it was a great show. He did a wonderful job. There was a lot of people. There was a lot to look at, a lot of action. And I think the production was great. I think the production for these things get better every year. I think they get better. People are trying to compare it to Kendrick's, and I think that's a terrible thing to do. Like, you shouldn't compare this. You shouldn't compare it. And you're gonna ask me, like, more 3 times, why shouldn't you even compare this performance if you care about halftime shows or not? Because I mean, really, it's trivial. There's so much more things going on in the world. But if it's a subject, and let's talk about 155 million. I'm sorry to undercut you, bro. 155 million. I missed the pregame, honestly, and I like Green Day, and I heard they did American Idiot, and I heard they did not self-censor any of those lyrics. But Bad Bunny thing, first of all, his music is bomb. His albums are bomb. I speak on Duolingo. I'm like level 7, I believe, maybe level 8. I'm level 8. So it's not like I'm really picking up everything that I can hear like every 12th word. I might catch something. Plus, he's singing. I'm sure there's like a lot of slang involved and everything like that. But that has never stopped your boy from shaking a hip. You know what I mean? Throwing it up here. Oh, going, oh. Like, he's got some bangers. Some bangers. And I mean, he's like the most popular musical artist in the world. Why not have him at the Super Bowl? Why not have him? I'll tell you why you can't have him. You want to know why? Because it's American Super Bowl, and if you're gonna be at the Super Bowl and a halftime, damn it, you better do it in English. You better speak English. But that's the thing. People are like that. You got to speak American for them or else. Well, now, listen. All right. Jay-Z got the reins of the Super Bowl for these last couple of years and has definitely, I don't know what's my brother good. My good brother Cornel West would say the niggerization of the Super Bowl halftime show. I don't know about that, but it has gotten black. It has been catered to black audiences, and maybe it's because the Super Bowl coincides in February, which is Black History Month. That's why you get to lift every voice and sing, because predominantly most of the football players in the NFL are African American, descendants of enslaved peoples that were brought here, chained, however you want to do the history. But I don't know if you want to call it woke or just honoring a different culture other than, I don't know, white culture, other than saluting. I don't know. The white culture would probably be the military prison industrial complex. I'm going to go ahead. This isn't something that I've been really mulling over, so I mean, if you are offended by this, just take it with a grain of salt. But this is just something that I'm thinking about right now. I looked at when I look at Bad Bunny and everything, because I said there's a lot of black people out there that was on some ignorant shit too. You know what I mean? I personally had the beautiful pleasure to be raised in a place that was extremely multicultural, where we got to see the flavors from the Caribbeans, even though Puerto Rico is in the Caribbean, and we have a massive Puerto Rican population where I grew up, and they have a parade every year that brings everybody in town and everybody from around the tri-state area over to participate in and chill at, and it's a week-long festivity, and it's beautiful, and it is beautiful week that we have out there. So it wasn't beyond me to listen to this music. I have to say this too. I'm going to be a little long-winded here. Like, I remember being back in the Army. I don't want to bring up Army days all the time, but I remember being back in the Army, and we used to say stuff like this when we were out at war. Like, you cannot be extremely serious about your reasons for wanting to get back to the world, get back home out of this war zone. So, like, bro, if you say some shit like, listen, I got to get back to see my baby's first steps or to see the birth of my firstborn, blow, you're getting your head blown off. I know it sounds a little macabre. a little bit of morbidity. But if you're in the military and you're in the, you know what I'm saying, you're deployed, your sense of humor is different. But that was our thing we laughed at. Like, you cannot be like, I want to make it back to see my mama or hug my mama. It's got to be something like just regular chill or like something awesome. And mine, I had two. My first one was like, I just want to get back to use a real flushable, real flushing toilet. You know what I mean? Sit on the bowl and swing my legs if need be. Right? And then my second one was to be, in my hometown growing up, I love the summers. I love the beautiful summers. And on that day, that day in summer, I don't care where you're from, you have that day in summer where everybody's like, this is a beautiful effing day and everybody's out. You know what I'm saying? It's like the outside is alive with people. In my town that I grew up in, it's special to me because, bro, when you're out there, you got some great weather going on. You might have an ice cold beer. You might have like a nice little ice cold treat. And you're chilling. And then in the background, you can hear some music playing, right? And I could always hear some old school salsa bumping out the back of somebody's Mazda. Or old Honda, you know what I'm saying? And that shit would be jamming. I'd be like, it would just sound good. When them congos is coming up the street and your system is right, and you doom, 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 like, and you can hear the Bad Bunny music. You may not have understood the word, but you can understand the musicality of it. And you hear that bass, that shit's amazing to me personally. I had to say that. So, of course, when I had a choice to choose between, hey, am I going to go with America here and I'm going to watch the Turning Point USA halftime show, or am I going to go watch the Bad Bunny and the people shaking in the sugar cane? Damn it, I chose to go with Bad Bunny. You know what I mean? I chose to go with Benito. And I made a great choice, guys. I made a great choice. Love. Anytime you feel like calling in, by all means, please do. Please do so. It's only because. I'm just a baby. All right, so. What do we get out of this? First of all, there's 2 halftime shows, and I went and I told you the whole. I am so disorganized in my head right now, guys. I need a nap. I need some carbs, and I am going through keto flu right now. But I'm going to tell you this. The reason why I told you about the halftime show substitution for the normal halftime show is because up until that time before In Living Color went and did that damn thing, like, the shows were drab, and they understood that, and they took advantage, and they made an alternative to the halftime show. Now, they did not make this, and I am sure, I can't get inside the psyche of Keenan Ivory Wayans. If you see those skits that he created with his cohorts, it would just be hard to get into a psyche of a man like that. However, I will try, and I'm going to say that when they did that, I think they just did it because they thought, hey, this is a fresher alternative than the normal slop of the marching band formations that they give you at the Super Bowl. We're going to entertain these people because really everybody's watching the Super Bowl to be entertained. They're watching those commercials that were fly back in the day to be entertained. They're watching the game because it's the supposed two best teams playing each other so they can be entertained. And then at halftime, what do they have? Boring marching band formations or dogs catching frisbees, and that shit is dope at like a preseason game or from week 1 through 17. But when you get into the playoffs, you get in the championship, you don't want to see that shit. You want to see Shakira out there shaking it. You want to see Madonna doing this, and you want to see Michael Jackson moonwalking for these big games. You need some big type of halftime players. If you don't agree with me, let me know in the chat. But that's all I'm saying. That's why they did it. They didn't do it because they wanted to, say, oh, this is ours, and we're gonna be dividing people over here. Or, like, they didn't do it for no nefarious reasons, man. They did it to have some fun. It doesn't seem like Turning Point USA made their show to be, I would say, bringing people together. I don't really want to show both shows because of copyright, but I can tell you what. There were no, I don't know, there might have been like a Mexican guy in the beginning. I don't know. He was a little swarthy playing the guitar. But there was a older white dude with dreads. You know what I mean? Other than that, there were really no people of color. Shabuzi wasn't there performing at this Turning Point USA halftime. And to be honest with you, I'm not the biggest fan of country music. I dig it. I dig great music, okay? First and foremost. I don't really care the drama. The genre. Like, if the shit moves me, makes me toe tap, makes me go like this, or makes me in my head think like, oh man, taking me to another place, like, I am going to dig it, and I am not ever turning my nose up on anybody's stuff. And I listen to these Turning Point USA people, and they're talented people, they're talented artists, and they play instruments well, and they sing and everything like that. But they is not Bad Bunny. They're just not. Oh! You know? Hated it. They're just not. And I get it. I'm not gonna not TP USA or whatever, Turning Point USA, because they wanted something. Because I understand what it feels like to, you know what I'm saying, just want to have your own thing every now and then. But this wasn't it. That show was terrible. Everything was terrible. There was a guy playing the oh, hold on, my God. I might have slides, guys. I might have some effing slides here. Let's do this. Let's just do this. Go to my monitors. All right, so that's Benito. This is the guy who came up. I don't know what his name. Something Sassoon or something like that. Anyway, he's playing the national anthem at Turning Point USA. He is wearing Adidas, and I'm looking at his whole little motif, by the way. The red, the black, and little white stripes there, and it is giving the fear. I'm not going to lie, but he shreds the national anthem on the guitar in his Adidas, which are made from Germany. He could have just threw some Nikes on, guys. Could have thrown the Nikes on, because those are made in the USA. But Nike is also like a collaborator with Colin Kaepernick, so they got rid of Nikes all the way. Like, damn, yeah, we missed an opportunity there. But from there, it didn't stop. He joined like a trio. They ended the whatchamacallit with the guitars, and then they went to their music. Yo, they had some, oh my God, if I show this, I might get in trouble. Their firework game wasn't the best. I didn't think they were fireworks as much more. I was calling them liarworks. And I was coming up with all of these jokes for this terrible show, but it's just sad. I don't want to roast them. I don't want to troll Turning Point USA people. If you felt like this is what you had to do for the Super Bowl, more power to you. God bless you. Stay over there, please. You know, you guys are fucking loyal, and I appreciate that loyalty. Stay loyal to that forever. Put them red hats back on too, guys, by the way. Put those fucking red hats on. Don't trade them for red Adidas. Don't do that. Don't trade them for red Adidas. Put the hat back on, right? And keep that hat on. Because I've seen a lot of signs go down. I've seen a lot of people trying to, remember in Pitch Black, Vin Diesel just went back into the shadows, put them goggles on, and went back in. I see a lot of people putting their goggles back on, slinking back in the shadows, who was out there, who were damn near, who had no problem throwing that out. A lot of y'all was just this much. Y'all was this itty bitty much away from saying white power. Hell, a lot of you said it. So keep that energy, keep them hats on, and don't slink into the shadows. Go down with that shit. Go down with that shit. That's all I'm saying. Because I see a trend going. A lot of people are trying to come back into the fold or whatever fold there is. It's all right, yo. Like, y'all can stay over there. Y'all gonna need some rehabilitation first. You know, I'm not saying people don't make mistakes and can't come back, second chances or anything. But this shit is 10 years, over a decade in the making. You know? You polluted children's minds with all this MAGA nonsense. You got people really believing that shit. People dying for it. People killing for it. You know? So when you're coming back to saying like with Joe Rogan's finally coming around saying, oh, this is kind of fascist. Or Andrew Schultz coming back saying, oh, you know, trying to make excuses. No. Stand on it. Stand on it. This isn't, oh, they lied to me. Yeah, he lied. He's been lying. We've been telling you he's been lying. But don't act like, you can't come back to the fold. That's all I'm saying. Not without proper rehabilitation. And you're probably going to have to wear that hat for a little longer. Honestly. Craziness. Let me go to, where's my chat at? Definitely a Honda Civic, right? Doom, doom, doom. To be honest with you, love, I watched the second show. It's about 35 minutes, and I mean, it was great. It was a decent show, but it wasn't like a turned up Super Bowl spectacular. You know, it just wasn't. And I get it. White people, you want to be in the Super Bowl as too. Like, and Jay-Z, I mean, y'all had, I guess it was Coldplay, then Beyonce. I don't know when Rock Nation got the deal and started doing it, but I do remember that's when, like, I think it was Snoop and 50 Cent and all of, like, G-Unit came, like, not the G-Unit, like, the Aftermath, Dr. Dre type when it was in L.A. I remember that. And then from there, I don't know if it was Rihanna after that. And then we had Usher. Like, how can you be mad at Usher, guys? At Usher. We had Riri. She was pregnant. Swinging from the stars or whatever. And then we had Kendrick. And I get it. Kendrick was I can understand. Kendrick is a lot further than a lot of America. When I say America, you know, Main Street America is. It is. And I like the reactions. With some people are curious about it and want to tuned in to see it, because a shitload of people tuned in to see. And yet again, we still have that human curiosity where 155 million people came in to see Bad Bunny. All of the symbolism and cryptic messages are a bit much. I love Afro-Cuban music all my life. Big Bunny's music is okay, but he became popular because he supports the LGBT, the gays. I think that's why Lady Gaga was on there, because she was such a. And if you watch that, in there at one point when they were in the sugarcane, like, there was a dude that popped out the trunk and he was grinding on another dude, and I was like, oh, did you see that? He was grinding on another dude. And Love will tell you guys, I knew there were people in those trees because I was doing all that. I was like, yeah, there's those trees. I seen it. I could have sworn I seen a hand moving at the trees. But when I was watching the halftime show, I didn't see like that. I thought the trees were going to be dancing and moving and shaking. I didn't see all of that. I didn't see that. Yeah. But I still love the Michael Jackson show that they did after the year after Living Color went on. Dope. I think every year when Pepsi was doing it, they do the Vortex. People were breaking down YouTube videos of like occult symbolism, occult symbolism that were being done at these halftime shows. Not just halftime shows, but award shows too. You know what I mean? You see those people and they have their arms out, and you see the other arm comes and they do the fan, and it kind of looks like the Vishnu or from India or whatever with the extra hands and whatever. I'm not sure if I got the right gods or whatever, but like I'm thinking like that's like extra dimensions. Is that what that represents? If we're gonna get deep with that. We're gonna get deeper. Like we're talking about extra dimensions. We're talking about CERN here. We're talking about the breaking of dimensions and opening of portals and stuff like that. Are aliens actually interdimensional beings? There's a lot of talk about that. Right now, we are talking about A Tale of Two Shows. All right, so a lot of talk going on. Okay.
Recognized her. Nobody recognized her. And she didn't sing her traditional song, so that was another thing. And then Ricky Martin, I mean, that was like, I didn't recognize him either. I think he was wearing a wig, a bad wig, or he got a hair transplant. It didn't come out so good. I know I'm being critical, but that's the way I feel. And I just got to say it. I just got to say it the way I feel, Gary.
All right.
Gary doesn't agree.
No, I mean, look,
What?
I think it was very creative. I think that he's an unbelievable performer, Bad Bunny.
I don't think it was good for the Super Bowl.
I don't think it was a
it's
good
not
match.
Americana. It's 250 years we're celebrating this year. It's 75 years on the Super Bowl, and I don't think it should have been. I feel like it was also a thing about ICE and immigration. I don't know. I think there was subliminal messaging going on here. I'm just saying.
She said she thought there was subliminal messaging going on. So, all right. So, first of all, she's watched this instead of watching Turning Point USA, which was probably going to be the one that was much more up her alley, because I would love to see her honest opinion about the Turning Point USA halftime alternative show, because to me it was bland. Very bland. There wasn't like a raisin and potato salad to me is exotic. Putting raisins and potato salad, like, oh, what did you do there? Especially if you throw like one of those like little tart little jelly cranberries in there with a little pecan, with a sugar cinnamon. I'm like, yo, what the hell is this? It's delicious. It's exotic. But there was no raisins. There were no sweet pecans in there. No little julienne carrots with fucking horseradish on it. Nothing. None of that. Just bland. Very, very bland. All right, let's keep her going because she's talking that shit.
Saying it's my opinion. Yeah, it's my opinion. We all agree.
She did that. She did the. Yo, love. I do this all the time too when I'm. You see, you gotta tuck the lips in and smile. That's like, F you. That's the F you smile. I do it all the time. Like, who cares? F you. That's what that smile is. That's my opinion. Who cares? F you. All right, so that was one hater. That is Jill Zarin. I don't know who she is. If you guys know who she is, you guys let me know. This is one of the ones that kind of got me though. This is one of the ones that really effed me up early in the game, because it's Jake Paul saying he's turning off the Super Bowl halftime show and calls Bad Bunny a fake citizen. He said purposefully turning off the halftime show. Let's rally together and show big corporations they can't just do whatever they want without consequences, which equals viewership for them, and you are their benefit. Realize you have power. He's not lying there. You do have power. You are their benefit. And turn off this halftime. A fake American citizen performing who publicly hates America. I cannot support that. That's how I feel about his take. He's obviously has the right to have that take, and this is the reason why I say it is a shitty take, because he said it's a fake American citizen, which is trash because he's Puerto Rican. He's American citizen because he lives in a territory of the United States of America. It's not a territory. It's something else. Something else. The annexation of Puerto Rico, like that is honestly, Bad Bunny should have ran the annexation of Puerto Rico play sometime during that cavalcade of concert that he gave at halftime. Because it's a football thing. Little Giants. All right. Anyway, he says a fake American citizen performing who publicly hates America, and I cannot support that. You know what? I'm tired of that whole because people have issues with American policies or are critical of America that they can't love them. All right? And I'm going to break this shit down to you real quick. For those who have kids, for those who have pets, for those who have friends, listen, you're going to be in a relationship with these people or animals, right? And you're going to care for them a lot. You're going to love them. And I have to ask you that, will there be a little bit of friction? Will there be a little bit of dispute throughout these relationships, whether it's with your mama, your wife, your boyfriend, or your dog? Are you going to have a little chaos sometimes? Of course. And I'm going to tell you what, just because you're critical of them, just because I tell my dog, no, don't pee there, pee over in your spot, and I call him a jerk, does not mean I don't love him. You know? I don't know what Love does bad, because Love is like damn near perfect. So I can't be like, all right, I gotta get personal with this. Just because Love snores like loud as fuck, just because Love is snoring all the time loud as fuck, you know, and I'm like, oh damn, Love, like lay on your stomach, put your breathe right strip on. We need to get you a machine. Just because it's like that, I'm a little critical, does not mean I don't love her. I do. Aww. You know what I mean? So just because you have some criticism of America does not mean you can't love him. If you have a son and he gets out of hand, you're going to smack that ass, right? You're going to punish him. And you're not going to do it because you hate him. You're going to do it because you love him, you stupid. Let's stop with that stuff. But that's what Jake Paul said. We'll come back to Jake Paul in a second, though. We'll come back to Jake Paul because other people's talking shit. Look at this guy. This guy looked like he went to...
Which show to put on?
Superbowl experience.
Okay,
Look.
The whole experience. Why aren't you playing Bad Bunny at the halftime show?
Because I put this halftime show on. Because this is what the majority. If you filming me, get the hell out of my
I'm
face.
filming you. Why are you doing that? Why don't you play Bad Bunny?
Because the majority
I'm gonna
of
pay.
Get out.
I'm gonna pay first.
Luke, this is why.
I gotta pay
This is
first.
why I said no.
I gotta pay first. But I'm asking a
Good,
question.
go pay.
I'm not being violent.
Pass you out? I'll pass you
Yeah,
out.
I gotta
I
pay
got you.
first.
Yeah,
I
well,
shouldn't pay
what's your
because I
tab
came here
under?
for the full experience.
What's your
I
tab
gotta
under?
experience
Which
the
show to
fullest
put on?
Super Bowl
Okay,
experience.
what's your tab under?
All right? I came here for the full Super Bowl experience. Are you the bouncer? Are you the manager? Are you the bouncer or the manager?
He's the manager.
All right, I'm speaking to him, not
Yeah.
you. You do what you do, and I talk to him.
You don't
I
tell him
came
what
here
to
for
do.
the Super Bowl experience.
He came for his Super Bowl experience. You heard that man say that. You see all them damn TVs, they couldn't turn on one Bad Bunny to accommodate this man.
The full Super Bowl
This is the
experience.
halftime show.
This is not the halftime
It
show.
is the halftime show.
No, this is not. This
It's
is
called
not.
the halftime show.
Technically, he's right. But
We're at the zoo, and the zoo refuses to play Bad Bunny for some reason.
yo, where's this place, the zoo? Is that Tampa? Is that in Tampa? I've been to a place called the zoo in Tampa before, but I don't know about this. Hold on.
During the halftime show. They want to play somebody else. All right? I'm going to put this on my social media.
There you go, baby.
Good.
All right?
Yo, you know what he should have did, right? He should have took that same phone that he's recording with, and then he should have just went to Xfinity Stream or one of those sites, and he should have just turned on the Bad Bunny on his phone, turned that shit up way loud, and started getting his wepa on. Wepa! Wepa! Gotta say it like that. Wepa! Not wepa! Oh my god. Ugh. I'm gonna call Love right now because she bullshitting. She must be tired from all that snoring, guys. Hello?
Hello?
You awake?
Hi.
Hey!
What do you mean go awake? I'm listening.
All right, enough of that. Did you see what happened here? Are you looking at the show that I'm doing right now? I'm showing you?
Yes.
It's crazy, right? Yo, you didn't send me
you're
the
not
Chris.
showing me. You're showing.
I'm showing everybody. But all right. So you sent me the Chris Brown, but you didn't send me the Chris Brown. So is this the Chris Brown? I want to make sure. Is this what he said? I think it's safe to say they need me.
Yes.
What do you feel about that? Tell me how you feel about that.
Why do you still have on the screen the other guy from the other whatchamacallit?
I mean, because there's a little delay right now.
I think you should put. Okay.
It's coming up.
I think Chris Brown is a hater. He's negative. He does not know how to celebrate somebody else's wins, and that's why he's where he is. He's just not a good person. I don't think he's a good person. I don't know him personally, obviously, but I don't think he's a good person. And to come out and say that right after the show, I think Bad Bunny's show wasn't good enough. Like, it's safe to say that they need me, as if this show is nothing. I should, you know what I mean? Like, I could do so much better, type of thing.
Right.
It really bothered me, because instead of saying, wow, that was great, or was it bad, whatever he felt about it, obviously what he felt was that it wasn't good enough.
Right.
I mean, listen, he doesn't have to like it, but I don't think it was the right time. I don't think that, you know what I mean? Instead of supporting other people, it's
not a good look for him at all, right?
It's not at all. I mean, literally, everybody's calling him a hater.
Yeah, he looks like a hater like that. Now, all right, say this doesn't happen. Erase this from your mind, if possible. Erase this from your mind, right? Erase this from your mind and say, summertime, I don't know when they announce these things, around September time, right? September time, they announced that, listen, Chris Brown was coming to do this next Super Bowl. You haven't seen this post from him. He's just been regular breezy in the background doing doing like little shots and $1,000 photo opportunities or whatever, making music that's on the radio to this day and stuff like that. And he's chilling, he's doing his thing. They say he's doing the Super Bowl next year. What do you think about that?
Well, hypothetical, because we know he's not going to do it.
Right.
I love Chris Brown. Are you joking? You know what? He has great music. He's just not a good person. So, I mean, I would love to see him.
But that's what I was saying. That's my thoughts. When I saw this, I thought it was going to be something crazy, like obscenely crazy. And this is crazy, but it's crazy for a different reason to me. It's crazy because the timing of him throwing it out there does come off mad haterish. Boom.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It comes off mad haterish. He should have just been like, hey, great show. Like, I would love to be a part of that next year or something like that, or whatever. But coming out this way just seems just nuts, And it was just, it wasn't needed. That's all.
No, it was absolutely uncalled for. I mean, like, and we were talking about this earlier, and I told you that this reminds me of Nicki Minaj when she did the same thing to another artist, calling him out and saying that he wasn't a real rapper and blah, 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 instead of congratulating him.
Travis Scott, right?
You're a sore loser. Like, it feels like, I should be there and I'm not. And it's like, it's just not.
It should be me. Yeah, it should be me. This was my thing.
It should be me, exactly. Like, no one else deserves this. It's just me. Like,
yeah. Because I think, like, even when you said that and then we take it back and say, like Chris Brown would be an awesome choice for the Super Bowl. I understand why they haven't made him, that choice for the Super Bowl. It's a Rock Nation thing. Rihanna was an artist for Jay-Z. He doesn't have the best reputation from over the years.
And they're not going to allow him on there. Like, that would cause a lot of controversy. So I don't think it's happening.
It definitely would. I'm sure.
And then on Jay-Z, like you said, Jay-Z's up there. And
Kid Rock has smacked the bitch before. I'm pretty sure. Kid Rock.
Yeah, but we're talking about...
He be killing, shooting cans of Bud Light. I'm sure he done put a foot up his old lady's ass once or thrice.
Oh my God.
I don't know if that happened
or not, but But I can tell you
But yeah,
that Chris Brown would never be. That's why he's not invited to any award
Right.
shows. And it's just not happening for him. Unfortunately, he's an amazing
such
artist and a great
amazing-
dancer, and I love him.
So
but
talented that he could be this active after all of that controversy. He's still
Yeah.
getting his thing, but he's just never going to get those flowers. He's just never going to get those
no,
flowers.
and I mean, and I'm not gonna say I love him. I love his music. I don't
Yeah.
love him because
I love his
he's not. He
music.
doesn't have a great attitude. He's very negative. He's a hater, and I don't like it. And not just because of today, but he's a hater of women. Like he just doesn't respect women. He abuses them. I don't like it. I don't like his vibe. I don't like what he did to Rihanna. And I never felt like he was truly sorry. I don't know. It's just not. It's not. I don't know. I don't really like his vibe.
Okay. So what do you think about this Miss Jill Zarin thing?
I love it.
With this lady. What's going on?
Oh my God! I saw that earlier,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought it was hilarious that she's talking about Ricky Martin's hair. Ricky Martin has always had amazing hair.
He has.
And that is his hair. So for her to come out,
It's not a wig?
a woman that wears extensions on her show, because she's one of the housewives,
Yeah.
the Real Housewives, she wears extensions, and she has so much Botox and filler.
Yeah.
And for her to come out and
Yeah,
talk about
'cause-
hair, and then she was talking about
Lady Gaga.
Gaga's face.
Yeah.
And I was like, ma'am, you are literally the person that should be talking the least. Like, you should absolutely not be saying a word about anybody's face or hair.
She bet not, but she did. She
And
did.
she sure did, because that's what they do, though. We know that that's what they do, though.
She don't care.
That is exactly what they do.
All right.
They talk about everybody else's faults, and they never see their own. So yeah, so I was cracking up when she said Ricky Martin has to. Oh my God, ma'am, if you hate him that much that you couldn't see that this man has amazing hair. And always has?
Amazing,
Okay.
amazing hair. Since he was a
And he
kid,
looks fantastic, by the way.
he had like he's part Chewbacca from the scalp. Like that man has thick,
And he
luscious
looks amazing,
hairs.
like for his
I'm
age,
not
and
hating.
he has great
Yeah.
hair, and he stays fit. Like, she's just a hater because
Yeah.
That's just what they do. That's just what they do.
That's
And
what
that's
they
what they
do.
did. And they did a great job yesterday at hating.
Yeah.
And I hope they enjoy their boring ass show. I didn't even watch it. I haven't even watched any clips of it.
I was curious.
And
I
will
went
not.
out and I
will not
watched
because
it.
I'm not supporting. I can't believe you betrayed us and watched that thing.
I did. Yo, you know what? I don't know how many people watched it. They said like 5 billion compared to 155 million. I mean, me just doing it for the sake of journalism, if you will. I had to do it. These are the.
Well, I have to
You know
tell
what?
you-
Hold up, damn it. These. Excuse me, not you. Not hold up, damn it, you. But hold up, damn it. Hold up, damn it. Don't forget. Yo, it is We Live. I did. I went and I braved that Turning Point USA halftime trash time with the fake fireworks or whatever they were setting off. Like, I went and I watched that for you. If you could do me a favor in return, hit me a like. Give me a little share. If you want to be so bold, subscribe. But please, tonight isn't Wednesday nights that I usually come on at 7:30 p.m. Let's just say. Today is what is today? Today is a Monday, and I'm up there right now. And the only reason that you can see it is if you didn't get the family group chat text, Hopper. You gotta hit that alert, that notification bell, and you're gonna see me pop up. I'd appreciate if you guys did that. Our show tonight, we're watching these two different halftimes, and as you can see, it is time split in half. Because we had the Turning Point USA alternative halftime that tried to go toe-to-toe with the official NFL halftime guest being Bad Bunny. Cut it out. We don't got time for all of that. But yeah. Oh, this is what I got up right now. Maybe you can see it on the monitor. I will throw it here for you. As you can see, Jake Paul said that he was turning off the halftime show. Love, what do you think about that?
I'm glad he did. You know why? Because he didn't deserve a good show like that. So I'm glad he did.
What a lot of people don't realize, and I've seen some shows talking about it, but Jake Paul does have a mansion in Puerto Rico. He has it in Dorado.
He sure does. I think it's very
Right?
interesting that he's hating on Puerto Ricans when And he's such an American, but he didn't buy a home in America. He went to another.
Yeah, he went to another
a place that he's calling the people are not Americans from. Isn't that amazing? How
that is quite that is as hypocritical as you can get. I mean, he is on 10 with his. Yes, he went above and beyond with his hypocrisy. If you definitely, I think there was actually they were talking about there was problems with the way his house was built, and those houses are built over there. The power that they're taking, they're trying to block public access to the beach. And one of the coolest things about Puerto Rico is that nobody owns that beach. They don't give a flying f if your back gate pulls up to the beach. If I feel like sunning and tanning in front of your shit, you can't do nothing about it.
Yeah, remember when we were in Puerto Rico, we had the house there at the beach, and those random people just got. Remember the random man?
Man just came up, like we were trying to have dinner. Like you could obviously see, like we're trying to do something here for these people. He just came over, like, like, oh my god. I was like, damn, they got HOA out here. He was on it.
He was being nosy. That's probably what.
But yeah, that was a great vacation. That was a Bad Bunny vacation for real. But yeah, so he said that. But love, I'll let you know, and people out there, I will let you know. Oh Lord, have the mercy. Don't do this to me. Listen, Jake Paul came back with a little something. Look at that. Look what we have here. I'll let it pop up. I'll let it catch up for you. Now, I don't know if you can see this. Can you see this?
Not yet.
He's clarifying. Before he called him a fake American, and he went back on X to say he has to clarify. He says, I wasn't calling anyone a fake citizen because they're from Puerto Rico. I live in Puerto Rico and I love Puerto Rico. He admits it now. He says, I have used my platform to support Puerto Rico time and time again and will always do. By the way, when he said that shit, his brother Logan Paul went out and was like, yo, like, bro, like, what are you saying? Like, you're tripping. You're tweaking. Like I'm against my brother on this one. And he actually publicly went and said that. And then Jake Paul came out and went with this. All right, so he says, but if you're publicly criticizing ICE, who are doing their job and openly hating on America. Hold on. I don't know if that's the right sentence, but if you're publicly criticizing ICE, who are doing their job and openly hating on America. Is that what he's saying? That ICE is doing their job by openly hating on America? I honestly know that
he's saying that obviously
right.
He's saying it. He just didn't use
the sentence came out the way it really is, though, I think, in this point that the church is saying.
Right.
I'm going to speak on it, period. If he put a T after that period, it would have just added to the lore of him. That's the same reason I called out Hunter Hess. Whoever the hell that is. If you benefit from a country and the platform it gives you, but publicly disrespect it at the same time, that's what I mean by being a fake citizen. But let me tell you what. Did we try to just get Iceland or Greenland? Did we try to get Greenland? Didn't we just try to get Greenland? Weren't we talking about taking away Canada? Weren't we trying to get these little countries? Aren't we trying to take over Venezuela? Are we doing that because these aren't valuable commodities and are valued assets for America? Isn't that how they were talking? Yeah. Because I'm saying that Puerto Rico is under the umbrella of America, and I don't think Puerto Rico is over there because it takes more than it gives at all. Because that's not how America works. America don't allow unless you are a conservative state. You know, the uneducated, slow ass, backwards and bigoted states such as Mississippi, Kentucky. Those are the type of states that actually take more than they give to the United States. But Puerto Rico isn't one of them. They were actually wanting Puerto Rico to be a 51st state at one point. They were trying to get a 51st state, and it was like Puerto Rico and D.C. They always talk about this. This is perpetual. Anyway, he says if you benefit from the country and platform it gives you, but publicly disrespect it at the same time, that's what I mean by being a fake citizen. And I agree, love is more powerful than hate. Love America. And that goes back to what I was saying before. Like, I can chastise you and still love you. I can be critical of you and still love you. I can talk shit on you and still want the best of you if that's what I'm doing.
Can we go
So,
back to calling the United States instead of America? Because America is absolutely has a lot of countries for Americans, for North Americans
That's
in
true.
the United States to start saying America as if they own the whole America. Like
I don't know. Love. We're not going to do that, Love. We're not going to do that. And I'm going to tell you because Bad Bunny bought Bad Bunny bought all those flags out yesterday. All those flags of all the states of America and united us all. So damn it, that's what it is.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
No, that's not what you're saying. That's what I'm saying.
We don't call the Dominican Republic America, and we're in America. No. What do? We call it the Dominican Republic. So let's call the United States the United States. Let's get it correct.
The problem with my tweet is the word fake being misinterpreted. He's not a fake citizen, obviously because he's Puerto Rican, and I love Puerto Rico and all Americans who support the country. More so, Bunny is fake because of its values and criticism of our great country. I think what makes our country great is that it can be criticized under our First Amendment, which is First Amendment, and it's not like in no specific order. It's the first because it's the first and very importantest amendment that we have in the United States is to speak openly and freely. Because you know what? If you're on that bullshit, I can't get you off of that bullshit until I tell you that you're on that bullshit and let you know that I know that you're on that bullshit. Right? You gotta communicate.
Apparently, if you don't agree,
people being on the bullshit.
If you don't agree with their views, you're not an American. To them, that's what it is. You're not an American if you don't agree with me. I don't have to agree with you. I'm still the same person. Just because I don't agree with you doesn't mean that I'm different than anyone else. Like let's freaking normalize not agreeing with others and still being a good or bad person, or you know what I mean? Like I don't know. It's just ridiculous.
If you don't like ICE, then you can't call 911 when you're in trouble. Yeah, if you call 911, if I call 911 and ICE shows up, I'm gonna be PO'd. I'm gonna be pissed off if I call 911. ICE should never show up during a 911 call, Jake Paul. This is other stuff he put. If you don't respect law enforcement agents, then you shouldn't depend on them. Oh my God! When Billie Eilish gets her home broken into, it's not gonna be ICE. I can promise you that.
Well, why would she be calling ICE to come into her house and protect her?
Is he going to break into her house?
A robbery?
I don't know. I mean, I wish Anthony Joshua,
the fool.
You know what I'm saying, sewed him up for a little bit longer. That would have been cool. But that's also violent, and we don't want violence, ladies and gentlemen. We want love. Because that's what the halftime show was about, right?
Yes,
It was about him showing off his culture, giving you a little history, giving you a background, and he did it visually and musically, and he did it in about under 15 minutes, no less. You know, showing you all the beautiful, majestic shapes, sounds, and colors of Puerto Rico. That's all I'm saying. So, I mean, listen, we have some ignorant ass, bigoted, trash backwards MAGA people out there that was talking shit. We got some homegrown brother man soul brothers that should know better, making stupid ass comments. We got people that are from the island and should know better, making huge comments and criticisms about Bad Bunny's criticisms of America, which Bad Bunny he criticized. He's an American citizen. I mean, he should be able to. I mean, if Piers Morgan can criticize, I mean, I think Bad Bunny should be given a little bit leeway there. I got some memory usage things going on. But at the end of the day, you know what? When I was choosing what I was going to watch, I think I made the best choice because, damn it, the President of the United States shown here. Everybody, this is the footage shown around the world right now. That the President of the United States wasn't even watching Turning Point USA. And I think that is the biggest indicator of that bullshit.
Isn't that embarrassing that they thought that they were supporting the president by doing this other bullcrap, and in turn, he's literally not watching it? I thought it was hilarious.
Yo, they're all watching. They're all watching it. You know there's little pinky toes tapping in them whack-ass shoes they're wearing. You know there's a little tapping going on. It's impossible. Those people are more uncomfortable that they have to sit there and they gotta hold in their own little
They gotta
natural
pretend
rhythms
like they're not enjoying the good music.
and pretend like they don't enjoy the music or the shakery. You see that shaking over there, Evelyn, that I'm not watching.
Donald Trump loves
I'm
some
not
good music.
watching.
He be with his little hands.
Yeah, doing his little dance.
You know he loves some good music.
Oh, speaking of, he made some cornball ass comments about it.
Yeah, of course he's gonna say that. But
Yes, he did. But that's him. They were popping it. How can you not like somebody popping it for the U.S. of A? And it was tasteful popping, if there's such thing as tasteful popping. Yeah, Evelyn. I thought it was PG popping right there. Because they popped it. If you pop it, you're good. If you pop and then wiggle,
it's a different thing.
yeah, that's a different thing. Don't pop and wiggle, just pop it. Pop. Mm-hmm. If you pop and wiggle, you're now that's like some After Dark type shit. And that was a sunny Super Bowl. That's all I'm saying. Why he watched the show. He had some damn comments on Bad Bunny's halftime show. And and I give him credit that at least he watched it before he criticized. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Oh, you know what? I think I have this on a. Sometimes I'm on point with mine, and sometimes I'm not. I'm gonna show you. Are you You sound like you're scrolling. Here it is. The Super Bowl halftime show is absolutely terrible. One of the worst ever. It makes no sense. It's an affront to the greatness of America and doesn't represent our standards of success, creativity, and excellence. If you saw Turning Point USA, same shit. Nobody understands the word this guy is saying, and that dancing is disgusting. Lies, bitch. Pop, pop, pop. Not pop and wiggle. And even if they popped and wiggle, I'd be like, oh, that's disgusting, but in like a good way, where you'd be like, man, you're bad. Like Michael Jackson said, you know I'm bad. But he don't really mean he's terrible. He means he's fucking bad. I would be like, that's disgusting. All that wiggling. Oh, and I would make the stank face, even though it wasn't stanking. You just gotta understand it. You gotta feel it. It's a vibe. It's a thing. It's a cultural thing. It's a cultural thing. And Bad Bunny tried to share a part of that cultural thing with you, and you wanted to deny him. You wanted to sit there straight face while they were popping in your face with the banging bass lines and the melodies and the great singing. Because I don't give a. Never mind. I'm not even gonna. Anyway, he says nobody understands a word this guy is saying, and the dancing is disgusting, which is disgusting to say that, especially for young children that are watching from throughout the USA. Which children? The one in your closet, you pedophile, allegedly?
That was a great question.
I think he's smuggling children in his fat, sloppy ass ankles. He's probably got some children in there, allegedly.
Oh my God, I hope not. They would have probably
sloshing around.
Not been alive with
The
his
baby's
fat
just
ass.
sloshing around. He probably do got some embryos in there. Some cells in there. I know it's disgusting, whatever. But yeah, you wonder why he's got nipples on his ankle bone. Anyway, especially for young children watching throughout the USA, he should have said and Puerto Rico. That would have been hilarious. Right? Am I right? Am I right? I'd have been like, oh my God.
He doesn't care about the children in Puerto Rico either.
He doesn't.
He wouldn't say that.
He doesn't.
No.
But that would have been a nice touch. I would have thought it was hilarious, though. Ignorantly hilarious, though. And all over the world, this show, quote unquote, is just a slap in the face to our country, which is setting new standards and records every single day, including the best stock market and 401ks in history. There is nothing inspirational. He's going to rob this. He's going to figure out a way to rob that shit back from you. Believe me. Anyway, there is nothing inspirational. And that's not me talking. That's a higher power just gave me that word to tell to you, and I don't say shit like that. Am I right, Evelyn? I don't be like, yo, God told me to tell you something. But I will tell you, when a word comes to me, he's going to rob you for all that 401k gains. He's going to get you for it. I'm telling you right now. They're coming for that shit. Anyway, there's nothing inspirational about this mess of a halftime show, and watch it. It will get great reviews from the fake news media. Because they haven't got a clue of what is going on in the real world. And by the way, the NFL should immediately replaces ridiculous new kickoff rule, which I agree with. Let's get some runbacks in there. That's the only fucking logical shit he said, is the NFL should immediately replace this ridiculous new kickoff rule. Even though the NFL did it for safety, even though it has been shown to be safer, he don't care.
Yeah.
CTE for everybody. Make America great again, President Donald Trump!
Oh my God.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
So that's what it is. That's your president. And then there's a guy out there his name is Jack Unheard. He said the Bad Bunny Super Bowl halftime is going to be anti-ice. He said this in September of 2025. And Evelyn, I don't know. Like, I haven't rewatched it, but and it's all blurry and it's a flash to my eyes. But was there like an overtly anti-ice type of thing going on?
I don't know that it was necessarily anti-ice. I think I didn't get necessarily the anti-ice. I think it was more about, just saying, like, the whole message is like, we are more than just,
They're sharing a culture. Piragua. We like to have fun. We like to dance.
Make up America.
This is our food.
I want to show my culture, personally.
This is why you brought us over here to chop this sugar cane, you freaks. This is all the hats we wear. This is how we sing. This is how we celebrate. This is how we enjoy life. That's what that was about. Let's come together. We're all the same in some sort of way. They had guitars up there. Turning Point USA had guitars. They both had singing. They both had fireworks, except Bad Bunny's fireworks were way more spectacular. And he had dancers, and I didn't see any dancing at Turning Point USA's, even from the crowd, to keep it real with you.
They were bored to death.
They looked bored. They looked like they had to be, like, souped up to be there. Like, nobody, I could have sworn I saw somebody watching Bad Bunny's performance during that shit on their phone, to be honest with you.
I'm sure they were.
But that's what it is. This is what we get. So then we get Mikey Aces, who says, am I the only one who thinks the Super Bowl is boring as hell and the halftime show sus? I don't understand a word Bad Bunny is saying. I mean, I couldn't. The NFL maybe have chosen someone that performs in English. And I would have to say, like, for real, like, Mikey Aces, come on. Like, everybody before him has performed in English. He is the first person to do an entire show in a language that is not English. And what the hell is the problem with that?
Well, Shakira also sang in Spanish at some songs, and no one had an issue with it.
Nobody had an issue with that.
But she was also half naked, so of course it didn't matter.
Because she was shaking it. She was shaking it.
Yeah.
She wasn't popping
and all those white men,
but she wasn't wiggling either.
Her.
She was just
fine.
shaking. It's fine when Shakira does it. It is.
Yeah, of course
it's fine. It's fine when it's just for a couple of seconds. I love Shakira's singer voice. What's that song she sings? What's her famous song she sings? I can't. I gotta do her voice because she does. My hips don't lie. I can't do her voice. Them hips don't be lying. Them hips do not lie. But sometimes I see people out there dancing. I'll be like, yo, your hips fucking lying on you, bro. Your hips are lying straight up. Swear them hips in. Them hips need to be sworn in. Lying ass hips. But yeah, like, come on, bro. Just one time. Be curious about another person's culture. As I think a lot of people were. A lot of curiosity went down. 155 million viewers, probably more than the actual game itself. Bad Bunny getting booed at a football game is the most bipartisan moment of 2026. Did he get booed? I didn't hear him getting booed.
Booed where?
I didn't hear him getting booed, but Jesus is God and King, and the devil is a liar.
This is exactly what they're doing.
That's why I put up there.
Terrible. This is what they do, and they keep doing.
I mean, he did that at 1:37 a.m. That's crazy work. All right.
Yeah, it is crazy work.
And then back to Jake Paul. And, oh, by the way, that's his palatial estate in Dorado, right there. Dorado. There's a garage somewhere in there. That's probably the pool house right there. But he's got a garage in there, and he's got 2 yellow Zoom Zooms. and they're crazy. Yeah, they're crazy. He's got too much money to act like such an asshole.
Not surprised to any of it.
Well. I think I've spoken long enough, love. Guys, we're going to be back at it Wednesdays. If you don't see me, I might be here tomorrow. I don't know. Hit those alerts. That'll do a damn thing. Hit those alerts.
Well, thanks for having me on the show. Good night, everybody.
Good
Thanks
night.
for listening.
Don't say good night. I'm not done yet. Yo, Wednesday, we're going to
so
be
you
back
were
at it.
kicking me
Don't
out of
forget
the
it.
show.
I'm not kick. Oh, yo, for you. All right. No. I can't kick you out. But I don't know. Oh, my God. What happened to Love? That was dirty. I am so sorry. I didn't mean to. I was playing and I played too much. All right. Anyway, I tell all of you guys, come back, see me Wednesday, because don't think we haven't forgotten about these Epstein files or what's going on in the world or what's transpiring. I got a couple clips for you guys to view that I don't know if I can hold on to Wednesday. I might pop up tomorrow. Hit those alerts, like I said. But anyway, thanks for watching us. Wednesday is We Wednesdays. When we get together, I'll have the live call in so everybody can call in. Thanks for everybody in the chat. Thanks for everybody hanging out with me on a Monday. I appreciate it, and I hope you guys got something out of this, at least something to talk about. Talking shit, getting clicks. I am Mo 3 times. We out. See you on Wednesday.